Alright, centering. So I show you the steps for centering and opening on my previous video. If you don't already know, just go refer to my video number 505 and 506. I just did 2 days ago, 1 day and 2 days ago. Alright, so that's the opening. Now I'm ready to lift and make sure it is slippery, and also you add just enough water. Don't put too much. Don't pour the water. You can see that my splash pan is dry and clean because I just use water efficiently. Okay, and that's all you need. And slightly color the wall up a bit. To color, you just kind of squeeze the clay from the outer part and then slowly move up the fingers and slowly let go. Alright, slippery. And since this piece of clay is kind of small, so actually my first lifting I usually do is, as long as the clay is not very big, okay, not very thick, you can just simply pinch using pinch method, okay, pinch. Hold the clay and pinch here, and try to lift it up like this. Grab the clay and then lift it up slowly. One full rotation, you move up, one full rotation, you move up, okay. So you have to do it according to the speed of a wheel. And when you start centering, you can speed up, but once you try to lift it up, slow down the speed of a wheel. I would say about like 50% should be good. Okay, 50% of your full power. Alright, so this is the initial lifting. I want to try to stabilize my left hand and thumb. Okay, you see that I'm putting my left elbow on my knee. Right, and then there are two ways to stabilize the hand. Okay, you can just touch up here. So put the thumb, okay, put it on the back of the fingernail, your left thumb nail, and then this hand, okay, the left hand is stabilized here. You can slightly touch the wall, okay. So eventually I'm going to pour only one using the thumb, my right thumb, but the very first initial lifting, it's just the thumb to thumb. Right, so pinch and then grab the clay, and one full rotation, you move up. One full rotation, you move up. And once you come to the top, it's kind of you have to release it slowly, okay, and also slightly release. You don't want to pinch too hard on the rim, and then you could compress it. So you see that the first initial lifting, just using the thumb and just grab like that. My next lifting is, this is already very tall, so I cannot use my thumb anymore. So that's why I told you that you want to do that. And make sure it is slippery, so I'm adding a little bit of water. If you could, if you have a slip, you can remove it off your finger and then just coat it. Okay, especially on the inside, the slip is very very good. So remove it and then coat it. All right. The corner clay, I want to use it, so I'm using my fingertip. Okay, or you can do that. Fingertip to move the clay a little bit inward. Slippery. And now my second lifting. It's going to be you see that the fingertip and push out, making a little belly out. See that there's a little belly out, and then now my right thumb is going to fit underneath of the belly and then pull the wall up. And I will stop in the middle and show you the fingertip. Okay. Belly out and fit my thumb there. Okay, stop in the middle. So I like to show you the hand position inside and outside. This way is more efficient when I'm teaching the basic throwing. So originally I kind of push it out and then a little belly button, right? And then when I move it up here, see that? There's amount of clay here when I'm lifting it. So the inside finger, okay, this is the finger. The middle finger is a little bit longer, so it's a little curve like that. And then the thumb is a little bit underneath, and that's the point. You lift it up, right? And you see that this is my finger here is touching slightly, I guess, just slightly, okay? And then the thumb is tucked in here, okay, attached to here, so your thumb doesn't get too loose. And then you lift it up. Position. So this is the cylinder that you already pull, and then now you want to try to move it up higher. There are lots of ways of pulling it out. I search on the YouTube, and there are many different methods. I saw people are using both hands here, just the fingertips, and try to raise it up. Okay, that's one way. Okay, and I saw people are using the palm. They move up the clay this way, and also I saw people using a knuckle to try to pull it up this way. And for my arm method, I prefer using the tip of my thumb. So this is what I do. So basically, this fingertip is going sideways, so it's slightly touching on the side of this cylinder. You might find out this way you have to bend your wrist, and you don't feel comfortable. But if you lean your body a little bit forward, okay, so that way when you are bending your wrist, it's not as bad as you feel, okay? And then the thumb is kind of holding, and this is this is 3 o'clock. This is 6 o'clock. Basically, the thumb is around 5 o'clock. It could be more toward the 6 o'clock position. Why the thumb is doing that way? Because my elbow is going to be tucked into my body, okay? Using my body as a support while I'm lifting it. Okay, so that's my right hand. And just go and move the clay up from the outside, okay? And the inside is like that. So the inside is using the pad of a finger, and then kind of push, okay, push the wall a little bit outward. And when I'm using the clay, you will see that I try to use that to push a belly button out, and then fitting my thumb underneath, okay, my thumb underneath of the belly button, and then pull it up, okay. So if you find out this method is kind of awkward, actually, this is the exactly what it does if your wheel is upside down, okay. So the inside hand is like this, okay, and the outside hand is like this, and I'm actually pulling it down like that. See that? So if you practice, you can try to get some plastic can or something that you can see inside and outside hand. Practice this way, okay? Put the three finger here and make sure the thumb is attached, okay? Always attached. You don't want your thumb too loose, okay? Attached to it. Kind of curve, slightly curve your fingers, okay? And then the thumb is, the inside finger is kind of pointed to the middle finger, okay? So the thumb is the location there. And this way, okay? And just turn your cylinder plastic this way, okay? And then you pull it up, okay? So that's the reason why I'm doing it, is that your body, your finger is more stable, okay? Of course you can do that, but I don't recommend you trying to pull your wall this way, because all your arms away from your body. So it's very hard to find a very good support, unless you could, I saw people doing that, but you can only throw a small amount of clay this way, okay? You won't be able to pull it taller. When you pull it taller, there's no way you can hang out your thumb and then try to stabilize it, okay? So anything that when you try to pull it up, make sure you find a very good support. That's all I'm keep on talking about 3 S's: speed, slippery, and support. Okay, finding the support is very important to be successful. Okay, so that's why you want to tuck your elbow to your body, and then you try to pull it up. Okay, so I hope this method helps. Okay, try to find something and just put your hand like that. Okay, and then put it upside down, and then you pull it up. Okay. All right, pretty quick. I center my second piece and open it. So I'll talk about the thumb to thumb pulling method. I'm going to show you my different method of lifting originally. When your clay is kind of small, like less than 3 pounds, you could do just using the left hand to lift it up. People ask me if I am left-handed or not. Actually, I'm a right-hander, but for years of practice, my left hand is even working better than my right hand now. So pinch the same way, and then this is kind of rested on my hand here, my right hand here. The right hand is kind of finding the support on my splash pen and even my laps. Right, so initial lifting. Compress the rim. Make sure it's slippery. If you can find a slip, it's actually very good for putting on the inside. Because for outside, it's easy to get the lubrication by maybe adding water, but if you could remove the slip of your finger, use that slip to coat on the inside of the wall, so that you don't get too much water dripping in the puddle on inside of the wall, inside of the hole. Alright, again, the same method. The finger going that way, and the thumb is attaching in the fabric clock position. And try to extend my left thumb so everything stabilizes. Belly out and put my thumb underneath, and then slowly move up. Once go to the top, slightly release, and then finish it up and even compress the rim. Remove the slip of fingertips and put it on the inside of the wall. So you want to use the water efficiently, and so you can see that my splash pan is fairly dry, not much stuff in it. And outside it's much easier to lubricate it. Just dip my fingers inside of the bucket, the water bucket, and then just go like that. I'm gonna do one more time, and then I will cut it open. Use my fingertip to bring the clay in the corner. Usually you don't get to use the clay in the corner, so I move it in and you move it up. So you will have a taller piece and the thinner bottom. Alright, usually sometimes when I throw up to the very top, I will just leave it untouched and then change my position and finish it up. Slippery again. Right. Now I want to cut it open and show you. So that's the wall. Try to pull a little bit of here up to here. Okay, so you can see that the thumb is a little bit underneath, and then you can either finish up by pulling this carefully, Or you can change your position and then just use this method to finish it up and compress the rim. Okay. All right. This is my third one. Right, to open the whole color in, squeeze the wall and then slightly bring it up. Slippery, my initial lifting. So that's my initial lifting. You don't want to do just one hand, but I'm gonna just show you one hand, okay? It's very difficult, because your hand has to be very stable. Okay, one hand lifting. I don't recommend you do that, okay? I'm just showing you what my left hand is doing when I'm doing the initial lifting. Alright. The thumb method. Stabilize the hands, everything connecting together, brace together. Remove the slip. If you have a lump, don't use it. But if that is very slippery, nothing in it, that's good stuff. And I usually hold it on the inside of the wall. Belly out and put my thumb underneath and can change the position. Okay. Right. My next will be my final lifting. Slippery again. And after you lifting, you could try to color and make your cylinder straight. before you keep on pulling it up. Right, the very last pour. So I always pour to the limit of clay. What do I mean limit of clay? It depending on how dry or how soft, how stiff or how soft your clay. If your clay is softer, maybe your wall, when the wall is still thicker, the wall start to get wobbly. You see that this part here is kind of wobbly a little bit. That means that it's almost the limit of clay. If you keep on pulling it up, eventually it's going to collapse. Okay, so I always, when I'm throwing a cylinder, okay, a vase, always pull it as tall as I can, and then I will start to stretch from there. Okay, start to shape and stretch and do that. Okay, so you want to find the stage, and then you don't end up leaving the wall too thick. Okay, so I think this is the limit of the clay, so I will stop right here and then just do the shaping. And usually when I'm shaping, I like to remove the throwing mark, okay, the throwing mark, by using my wooden rib. This will be my next video. Okay, so today I'm just focusing on lifting the wall. And next video I will show you how I use my wooden rib and the metal rib to do the shaping. Right, I hope this helped. See you next time. Let me cut it open. Okay, people are curious about what the look inside. I have to be open up very carefully. Right, so that's the wall. When I pull it up to the limit of the wall, look like. If my clay is a little stiffer, I could make it a bit thinner. But my clay is not always stiff. I like, when I'm getting old, I like to throw a little bit softer clay. So, and then I just by removing clay using the trim method. But just to show you the inside look, the section look. Hope this helped, and I think this is a very good video. Keep on watching it. You will always pick up something from watching and rewatching my video. Alright, so see you next time.